presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
We are talking with Gina from RE/MAX Diamond Realty Guam, and we are talking about how you can add to the value of the home of your dreams. And we are talking, Gina, about technology, specifically a type of tech that you would think that people that live in this part of the world with our climate, our humidity, I mean, solar tech you would think is just like second nature, but it's really started to ramp up in the last few years, right?
It really has. And so in our line of work, we've come across it in many different ways. I mean, we've had homeowners that have installed the panels and turn around and want to rent out the home. So then we have to explain to the potential tenants how the panels will affect them, you know, what the cost is going to be. And we have situations where the homeowners are actually trying to sell their home and the panels are in place. And we've had situations where the buyers are okay with the panels, and some situations of the panels where the buyers are not okay with the panels.
How so?
So for instance, the way it works, and you're absolutely right. You know, you kind of think, well, wow, Guam is so like panels. It's absolutely the same thing. Once you purchase the panels or so to me, it's like a lease back program, right? I can't afford to buy the panels, but I can certainly pay you every month for its use. And I turn around and get the value of what the panels produce. And over a period of time, I pay it off. And what I've seen typically is about 25 years. At first, that was shocking for me because, like, I'm going to have to lease to own for 25 years.
Exactly.
But so that, you know, each consumer needs to talk with the solar company that they've decided to use individually and figure out what's best for them. So in terms of real estate, how's that impacted the buyer? You said, why would a buyer not want the solar panels? So what I'm seeing now is it's almost like you're looking at a mortgage backwards. So imagine when you decide to buy a home and the home is $300,000, for instance. And the way I show it to you is, okay, Jason, this is the payoff when you pay. So instead of telling you the value of the home now, I tell you the value of the home once you pay off the bank loan. And if anyone has looked at that bottom line number, I know in the beginning when I first got into real estate, I looked at that bottom line number and I said, what? When you pay off this home, you paid $1 million for a $200,000 home or whatever the numbers are, right? And that was always shocking to me. It threw me off and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to buy a house now. But I forgot the value of time. Well, I'm really just, you know, the bank is giving me the $200,000 right now and they're giving me 30 years to pay it off. So, okay, I guess there's a cost to using someone else's money. The same thing with the solar panels. So when I'm working with these panels and working with buyers, what I'm showing them is if you want to pay off the panel, I have to show them the bottom line, not what the panels were worth like today.
Okay.
I'm showing them what it looks like at the end, because in order to pay off that lease, you have to pay off what it looks like at the end.
And because it is a technology product, I would assume that at some point you're going to have to upgrade them, recycle them, because you know you surely can't have the exact same solar panels 30 years from now that get installed. You know, things are going to get better, more efficient, you know, higher capacity.
If I were related to like cell phones, my cell phone 5 years ago, my cell phone today is night and day. So
exactly,
I would assume that's the case.
It's the nature of tech. Yeah.
But I don't know. You know, I'm just assuming based on historically what I've seen with other products like that, right?
Could we address the elephant in the room now, Gina? Because how does this affect the value of a home? Say, like I'm setting up a home, I put those accoutrements in it and everything like that, and my intention is deliberately to flip it and to make a profit.
So so I'm just talking about normal consumers who put the solar panels in, right? Like I live in the home, I put the panels in because I was getting a $600 power bill. And the solar company told me, listen, if you put these panels in, you're going to be paying $350. Now this is not an average size home. You know, if you're at $350, I mean, if you're at $600 a month, you're either have really not efficient units, you don't have efficient ACs and refrigerator and all that, or you have a good size house, which nowadays these contractors are building, like the average size is 22 to 2,300 square feet, right? So I go out there and I get the panels and they tell me, listen, Gina, I'll put in the panels and we're going to cut your $600 bill to $350. And I'm saying, wow, when do I sign up? So I do. I sign up, I put it in. And now I go to sell my house. So I've been benefiting from that and I love it. and I took the tax break, so it really helped me. You know, I got a tax break, and maybe that caused me to get a refund because I had a huge deduction with the solar panels. But now I turn around and sell it, and the buyer is saying, $350. You know, I'm already paying $300 to $400 a month now. Why would I want to pay $350? And by the way, that $350 goes up almost every year based on all the contracts I've seen. There's a slight escalation per year. It's slight, but it's still, you know, if you're looking at 10, 25 years, it's going to add up, I believe, right?
Because people have different motivations. There are going to be those people that are more environmentally conscious, and I want to say this is good for the planet. Other people are going to say, you know, they're more business centric, and they say like, okay, this adds to the value. This, you know, this helps me out towards future investments I want to do. Other people are just going to say, hey, I know I'm going to turn this around and sell it. I want to get maximum value.
And so that's what I spoke to Richard Gutierrez about this. He's a local appraiser.
Sure.
Picked his brains about it. And he said, Gina, if the panels are free and clear, so if you're not renting them anymore, we're certainly going to add value because it will definitely reduce your costs. Because any person living in a home is going to either pay a power bill, which can run, I mean, depending on your consumption, right? Or you're going to pay for the solar panels, the use of the solar panels. So it does add value. How much value? You got to take a look at what your contract is worth at this point, or hopefully you've paid it off.
Okay, well, unfortunately, solar panels cannot do anything about time, and we are out of it. So thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, see you guys next time.